1985, Sony begins putting compact 8mm video recording technology into consumer camcorders. A few years later, the CCD TR55 makes the Handycam name synonymous with a camera small enough to carry into ordinary life. A parent points it at a cake. A child blows out 5 candles. Nothing dramatic happens. The tape just runs. Years later, someone presses play, and the room comes back. The voice, the laugh, the haircut nobody agreed to, a person who isn't alive anymore. Here's what makes that moment psychologically strange. In 1974, psychologists Elizabeth Loftus and John Palmer published an experiment that helped change how we understand memory. They showed people footage of a car crash, then changed a single word in the question about how fast the cars were going. Smashed, collided, bumped. The wording changed people's estimates. Later, some participants even reported details that had never appeared in the footage. Memory, it turned out, isn't a perfect recording waiting inside the brain. It is reconstructed. Every time you remember, your mind rebuilds the event, and reconstruction leaves room for distortion. Which means the version of that birthday, living only inside someone's head, is already changing, softening, losing details, sometimes quietly adding new ones. The tape. It preserves evidence. That's the deeper product Sony was helping people buy, not just a camera, an anchor, something a fading, self-editing memory could return to, a fixed reference point in a mind that never stops rewriting the past. Not simply to experience something new, because humans don't only spend money chasing the future, they spend it fighting the possibility that the past will disappear. Sony didn't just build screens and lenses, a second memory outside the brain, one that can be revisited without asking memory itself to get every detail right. The wealth lesson is simple. The most valuable products don't always create new desire. Sometimes they protect something people are terrified of losing. And when a business becomes the guardian of an emotion that money cannot replace, the product becomes far harder to forget. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily wealth psychology, because the final Sony story reveals how a machine can become valuable by making people forget the machine exists. In that sense, recording technology became emotional insurance. When a product protects something irreplaceable, price becomes secondary. They're buying the ability to revisit it. That's emotional technology.